All right, so we're just a few days out. You had a slight hiccup after Bercy, but how do you feel right now?
I feel totally fine. I'm excited for the season to start. Obviously, everyone's so hyped up with Anaheim 1, but it's pretty cool. The more I've done it, the more less anxious I get, and just more excited to go race. And I think that eases the tension a lot. You know, in say 4 or 5 years ago, I'd be so nervous and I have to get a certain position and this and that. Where no, I just really enjoy it. I enjoy, my family's coming out this week for the race, so I get to enjoy that. First time I've had my daughter, so that's pretty cool. She's gonna get to come to the race and just a lot of exciting stuff. And that's actually one of my goals this year is just to really enjoy each and every race and win, lose, or whatever I get, just go there with my best effort and enjoy it.
Now that we're so close to the gate drop, do you change your program at all? Do you taper back and rest, or do you just still attack it the way you have all year?
No, for sure you taper back a little bit. I mean, the months of the end of October and November are really just a lot of volume, a lot of workload, to where now you for sure manage it and my daughter's sick, so then my wife got sick, and then I got sick, and it's just kind of been lingering. So we've had to manage that a little bit, which is part of it. That's stuff like that I would have stressed about, years ago, where now I just kind of roll with it. And, Saturday morning, wake up with my best game and go there and have a little fun.
Bike's all new. I'm sure you guys have a little bit of time on it before we saw the bike. How does it feel compared to the bike that you raced at, say, Monster Cup and Straight Rhythm and in Europe? Some similarities, but the majority of the feel is totally different. The engine package feels pretty similar, which is awesome because I've always really liked the KTM power. But for sure, handling and the way the bike feels, it's really maneuverable, and you can kind of put it wherever you want it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, just been doing some testing. It's a new bike for everybody, so we've all been learning, and I think we have a great package to start the year. And we'll see after the first couple rounds, maybe reassess what we have. But I believe we'll be definitely real competitive at this weekend. Granted, you don't want to put additional pressure on yourself, and you said that you go into this weekend a little bit calmer than you have in the past. But looking at your results last year and knowing how fast you've gone, do you have higher expectations than ever, or is it just go do motos?
I think there's always expectations, from myself and team and all that. But honestly, the one thing I haven't done in my career is win a race, and that's just the reality of it, and that's what I want to do. Not to go out there every weekend and say I'm going to win every single race, but I've gotten top 5 in the points several times, and that really doesn't mean that much to me. It's to go out and get a win this year, whether it's round 1 or round 17. I don't care when it comes, but I really want it to come, and so that's the big picture. So yeah, every time we line up, for sure you expect to win, and I don't know if I've actually expected that before. I felt like a few guys kind of always have my number, but a couple of them are out, and I think there's blood in the water. I think everyone says it, so there's going to be a lot of people going for it, and I'll be one of them.
Weather this week's been a little different than typical California. It's kind of cold. Track's really wet and rutted. I mean, this is a perfect storm for a Midwest guy like you.
Yeah, I love it. The more ruts, the better for me. But I've gotten used to the dry, too. It's funny, when I first moved to California, I was terrible in the dry, slick stuff. And for instance, Phoenix last year, I mean, if that was 6 or 7 years ago, I mean, I'd be off the back. So I've gotten better at it, and I've ridden less rutty tracks. So, and then even last year, there wasn't that many races with a lot of ruts. So I think the more, the better. It's nice to have a dry Anaheim 1 for sure. There's been a couple mutters, and it's just nice to keep all your fresh gear clean and keep your bike clean and go out there and may the best man win in good conditions. And it looks like that's what we're going to have, so it should be a fun time.